Hi, welcome to another video. If you haven't watched my last video, feel free to check it out. I made this zine, Cogging the Machine. In this one, we will be making my second zine. It's a story that I've been wanting to tell for a little bit of time now, and I'm calling it Things at Bachan's House. I did start on a cover. This is what I submitted to Zine Fest. Work in progress, it's not actually a book yet. Bachan in Japanese, or Obachan, means grandma. I've been wanting to make a story about my Bachan for a while now. It's just going to be a story about how the things in our house allowed us to communicate when we were unable to. She only spoke Japanese. My Japanese has gotten a little bit better, but at the time when she was alive, it was definitely not good enough to communicate and have a full conversation. Not being able to converse didn't stop us from having a great relationship. So if you are interested in that story, stick around to see how I tell it, because I don't know how yet. I want this to have more of like a handmade sort of feel. So if you are Japanese or Japanese American, you'll probably have a huge bag of origami just lying around. I think it would be really nice to be able to rip this up and do like a collage along with my illustrations. She would teach me how to make cranes all the time, and to this day I forget every time. For now, let's just get started. Let's draw some ideas out and see where it takes us. So I just printed out this page that I did. This is just a draft of it. I actually sized it up. This is the size of my first zine. It actually ended up being 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. I printed out these sort of guidelines here because this is where I want the origami paper to be, and I'm just gonna kind of rip it out so it fits the shape so we can get some textural elements in here. Ignore that. That is just the size and type of brush that I was using, so I don't forget. I have a variety of different paper here. So now I just want to decide what paper I want to use. I like this one. I kind of chose this size because I don't remember how large my printer margins are going to be, but if you want edge-to-edge printing, you need to leave some room for bleed. So what that means is that you'll print over this die line here, and then when you cut it out, it will be printed to the very edge. I really want that organic sort of tear. We are just going to go for it. Oh, that's nice. Nice rip. Does not have to be perfect. If you're sad that I'm ripping up this origami paper, just know it has not been used in over a decade. After I do this, I'm going to then scan these pieces, and then I will insert it digitally onto my page. We'll do another one. Okay, that looks nice. Cool, I'm okay with that. So for the letters now, I was going to color it in. Well, here's what I'll do. Take this, I want to weather it just a little bit. Bend it up so it has texture. And then I will superimpose this digitally behind it, so it has that really cool weathered look. For some context, this is a page called konpeito, and it's just a type of Japanese sugar candy that is in the shape of a star. You might have seen it in some Ghibli movies like Spirited Away. I'm just gonna have a little definition and then have the handwritten anecdote that has to do with this candy. That's kind of the idea. If it's chaotic and doesn't make sense, that's just the process. That's showbiz. Let's see how it looks. I wanted to show you what it looks like after you scan your origami pieces. I'm just going to adjust the brightness and saturation in Procreate because it's pretty easy to do that. I then take it over back into Illustrator where I add in some text elements. This is the konpeito page that I just finished. On each page, there will be a new Japanese word that you can learn. On the konpeito page, I just wrote like the definition, where the word comes from, all that. I'm working on the second page. This one is all about sewing. It's all about the word saihoshi, which means seamstress, and how my Bachan was a home ec teacher and taught sewing classes. I'm going to Joshua Tree in a few hours. I'm really excited. I'm gonna do some crafting with friends. Hopefully I don't burn. It's gonna be really hot. So this was the original cover that I made for this zine. However, looking at it now, I just don't think it really fits the overall aesthetic anymore, which is totally fine because when I was making it, I just kept feeling like there was something I didn't really like about it. I am going to start working on a new cover design that I think will look more cohesive with the aesthetic of the zine. Hopefully it turns out to be something that I like even more, and I will show you that process in a little bit. This is what I have printed for the front and back of the zine. I picked these photos of my Bachan because they're some of my favorites. I just wanted to have her photo on the back cover. I want the front and back to be harmonious. I'm going to have these origami pieces spill over onto the next page so that it looks more cohesive that way. I'm going to make it so that some of the pieces are overlapping and some of the origami paper pieces are behind the photos. I'm just gonna mess around with that and get back to you when that is done. Hello! This has been a very long overdue update. I feel like I've been doing anything other than working on this zine, but we're almost done. So I thought I would walk you through the importance of having a dummy book. I kind of went over this in the last video, but I don't think I was very detailed on that. I'm going to do another saddle stitched book. This one is going to be 12 pages. I wanted to show you how I lay out my pages in Adobe Illustrator. I have my front cover and my back cover. I know when I print them out, I want to lay them side by side, and on the back side, because I will print double-sided, I will have my first page and then I will have the very last page in the book. So now I can lay out my pages and know what goes next to what and what the orientation of those pages will be. So this is what my Illustrator file looks like. Here I have my front cover and my back cover, my first page and my last page, and then all the consecutive pages are laid out correctly. Now all that's left to do is finalize, go through everything, make sure there's no typos. We're almost there. I just tried printing, and for whatever reason, like my front page prints fine, but then the back side is not aligned. I've tried saving it as a PDF instead of printing straight from my Illustrator file. It's a bit frustrating because I don't know how to fix it. I'll keep working on it. Finally done with the second zine, Things at Bachan's house. I, for some reason, could not get my printer to print correctly. I just had to trim a little bit off of each page, which is unfortunate. When I actually sell these, I will have them printed elsewhere. Hopefully, they'll be able to figure it out. I thought I would read to you my favorite page. It says, Bachan enjoyed drawing just like me. She kept sketchbooks full of drawings of landscapes to portraits of her friends. I often drew at her house, and she would happily display my masterpieces on the front of her refrigerator. She also had a big whiteboard that my cousin and I would fill up with doodles, making the house smell of expo markers. And this page is especially special to me because these are drawings based off of her actual sketches. It was just another way of honoring her and adding her own artwork to my zine. It took a lot longer than I anticipated, probably because, as you saw, I was out adventuring. To wrap this very long video up, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you had a fun time, learned something new. No updates on Zine Fest just yet, but still hoping for good news. Send good vibes. We'll see what happens. Hi, just wanted to jump on and give a little update. I did just get an email from OC Zine Fest. Unfortunately, this year I did not get accepted to vend at the event. I'm a little sad about it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, but you know, like I said before, if I don't get accepted, I still plan on going, and I'm proud of myself for applying. I wish I had better news to share, but fear not, there are things on the horizon that I am excited to share with you all. I'm gonna keep on going, keep my head up, and just keep on creating, because at the end of the day, I made 2 really cool zines that I'm really proud of, and I am thankful for that. So anyway, just wanted to give that update. Stick around for next video. Spoiler alert, we're going to be doing some market prep for some upcoming events, so stay tuned for more info on that, and I will see you next time. Bye!